Right, hello guys, and welcome to today's video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about whether Warzone Mobile is good and worth trying. I'm going to give you guys my kind of opinion about the game so far, giving you my positives, my negatives, and just an overall review of my experience playing Warzone Mobile. So as you can see in the background is Warzone Mobile gameplay. Unfortunately, I don't pick up the win. I have actually already won, but I didn't have that recorded, unfortunately. So bear with me, though, because I have never recorded on mobile as well. So I hope this footage is good for you guys. Just let me know down below whether or not there's anything that, you guys aren't finding great with the, quality maybe or audio, etc. Then let me know. I'll happily try and work on it and fix it. Because, again, I've never recorded on mobile before. But I thought it was worth a shot because this is quite an interesting experience. Like, I personally, and I'm just going to put it out the gate, right? My experience of Warzone Mobile, whether or not I think it's good, I like the experience. I found it quite fun. I'm also going to let you guys know what I played this on, because I feel like that is something that is quite important, because everyone's going to have a different mobile or device for this, whether it be an iPad, iPhone, a Samsung, etc. So I was playing this off of a Samsung S24 Ultra, which is one of the newer phones, and I feel like that is something that I have to make clear, because I have seen that people are saying the experience of this on some phones, maybe not some phones, it's quite a lot of phones I've heard, especially Android, has not been a great experience. Me personally, it's been quite good. It still has issues here or there. You might even see some in this gameplay. The gameplay it might look a little bit laggy as well. Again, I'm not sure how to record really on Warzone Mobile, but I'm trying my best, so bear with me. But let's get into it. Let's straight up talk about the positives. First of all, it's Verdansk, right? A map that everybody knows. It's fun. It's exactly the same, exactly the way it used to be, and I love it, right? Warzone Verdansk, just perfect. Great experience. One of the best, I don't know, Battle Royale maps ever made. Probably the best in Call of Duty, of course. But, yeah, so it was fun to go back and play on Verdansk, of course, a map that I knew, so going back onto, a mobile device and being able to play on a map that I knew did help out, especially with, playing the game itself. Also, I want to make it clear, and I know some of you might get upset with this, I was playing with a controller simply because I do not have the time to learn how to play with touchscreen controls. I have seen the argument about this, that, it's terrible if you're one of those people who uses a controller and that. From what I've seen, it seems to be quite balanced between controller and those who use, how would I put it, just your thumbs, basically, the controls that you get on the mobile as it's supposed to be used, basically. There doesn't seem to be a big disparity between the two. Like, if you're good with, the playing on mobile without controller, you can compete with people with controller. And in fact, I've heard that people who actually play just on mobile and not with the controller on the mobile, on Warzone Mobile, actually do tend to do better if they, just learn the skill set in that. So maybe I'll give it a shot one day. Maybe I'll give it a try. But yeah, so it's on Verdansk. It's got every single weapon from MW3, MW2. If you've already leveled them up, if you've linked your account, so if you download this and link your account, you get all your weapons that you've got unlocked at your current level progression in that. You can obviously use those attachments and stuff, but not every attachment, which is going to be kind of a little criticism. I'm a bit of I'm sure it'll get added over time, but there are some things missing, which I guess I can understand. But some of them are, I don't know, it's a bit all over the place, but it's an interesting one. So you do get all your weapons, every single weapon that you have, all your skins, that be characters, weapon skins, camos. Again, not all of them. Some of them do seem to be missing from what I've seen. Not loads of them. You do get quite a vast majority of your camos, so you aren't really going to be noticing too many missing. But I did notice a couple that I did want to use. But yeah, as you can see, I'm using my specific, loadouts and stuff, my specific black cell bundles and stuff. Everything that I could use in MW3 on console, I am using here on Warzone Mobile, which I think is awesome. I think that's great, to be honest, and makes me think that we're not too far off of seeing not just, PlayStation and Xbox and PC completing on crossplay. I don't think we're too far off of an era where mobile will be competing with PC, console, all together. And you know what, I'd welcome it, to be honest. It'd be great, more players playing the game. I think that'd be awesome. Will that be anytime soon? I don't think so, but I don't think it's too far off. I don't think it's too far-fetched of an idea to think that in about a couple of years time, I'd say, that we'd get mobile players playing with console players, playing with PC players. But anyway, back to the point. So you'll see the gameplay in the background again. It's on Verdansk. It is a simple battle royale mode. Me in this game mode, I'm playing a like very, how would I put it? It's like a quick play sort of version of you know, how would I put it, battle royale. So it's solo. This was it says on the thing like 10 minutes or something. It's a smaller circle. You don't actually get the whole map. You can play the whole map, but you have to play quads for it. I just wanted to get you guys a quick gameplay, of course, and again tried to get a win, but didn't quite happen. But yeah, so it was a quick version of it, basically a 10-minute version, which I understand because obviously this is on mobile, and mobile games typically are always, you know, drop in, do whatever, takes 5 minutes, 10 minutes, hop out. You know, you play when you want to play, right? If you're up in a mountain somewhere and you just feel like playing some Call of Duty, you can play Call of Duty for 5-10 minutes. It's quite cool. I like it. You know, it does have that mobile experience whilst also having that Call of Duty experience. I feel like this does have that Call of Duty experience. Like, it does feel like you're playing Call of Duty, just on a much lesser version of what you're expecting on, like, a console or PC. So you can play it at quite decent, you know, quality settings. I am using quite high quality settings on my mobile, and that's something that is kind of going to go into a negative as well. I feel like you need to use this on very, very high settings right now in order to be able to see people, in order to be able to actually compete and have the gameplay at a steady like frame rate and stuff. And I'm talking like I am playing at like 120 FPS. I think it's 1440p I was playing at as well. Brightness quite high up. There's quite a lot that needs to be, you know, set to like maximum performance to actually be able to play this, and I feel like get a good experience. So yeah, positives. It's on Verdansk. Battle Royale experience. It feels like Call of Duty. Like if you like me using a controller on the mobile, it felt like Call of Duty. This felt like playing Verdansk again, but just on a smaller screen. Basically, it felt the same. The graphics are a little bit worse for wear, of course. Again, it is mobile. It's not going to be as good as a console or a PC, but it's not too shabby. But it does have its, you know, its issues. I like the fact that I can use my weapons and stuff. I like the fact that my progression helps as well with my console progression and stuff. Like, that is an awesome thing. I love the progression system. I love the fact that I could also do my battle pass. If you guys ever just, you know, are away from your console and can't do your battle pass, but you want to, you can do that on here. Not only that, there isn't just Verdansk to play, so it isn't just called Warzone. It is called Warzone Mobile. However, you do get a multiplayer experience, which is a bit limited, and I'm a little bit disappointed at, because it does seem like they've kind of half-assed it, whereas they could have probably done more and actually built a multiplayer experience for mobile. And basically, it feels like they could have incorporated MW3 onto this. But basically, there's a mosh pit playlist, and at the moment, there's also I believe it's a like shipment playlist. So you get two playlists, and you don't get to pick your game mode. So you can't pick TDM, you can't pick Search and Destroy, Hardpoint. You get whatever maps it gives you. I typically have played, I can't remember what map the map is I've played, but I've typically played the same maps over and over again. It's a bit limited, right? Which is kind of disappointing, because I feel like there is a potential for a multiplayer experience, like to actually be able to play TDM, Search and Destroy, Hardpoint. I don't know if that's something that will come in the future. Of course, this is just the launch. For a launch, I'll give it a solid 7 out of 10 for a launch, right? I wasn't expecting too much. I wasn't expect myself to have too much fun like I was, but I do tend to like hop on here, play this, and kind of not stop playing. As we get to the back end, though, I'm going to talk about the negatives a little bit, because I feel like that's worth talking about. So the negatives being, you do have to play on a very, very high performance like specs, essentially, for a mobile. Like, you have to play at very good graphics settings, a very good high FPS. I feel you could play at 60 FPS. I feel like it's not too much of an issue, but some phones are going to probably struggle at, you know, maintaining 60 FPS. Again, I was able to play on 120 FPS, but I am using a new Samsung S24 Ultra, which is a very, very high end phone at this point, and has the new Snapdragon, I can't remember what it's called now, but the Snapdragon chip in it, which is a very high performance chip for mobiles right now. So I feel like if you're one of those people who doesn't have the greatest phone in the world, this is going to be a hard game to like play at the moment. It's not very well optimized. I've seen it on Android especially, and I do get issues myself. Like, it can sometimes, you know, you get that little drop in FPS. It does lag a little bit here and there. It's not a horrible experience, but I do feel like on a phone that's not so great, even a phone that's like quite good, might even struggle with Warzone Mobile currently in the way it's set up. So hopefully that's something they'll work on, because I feel like there's a good experience in this and is, you know, worth playing. But currently, I do feel like you need very high-end performance phone to be able to play this. That be an iPad, you know, the latest iPhone, Samsung S24 Ultra, you name it. I feel like that's what you need right now to actually be able to play this comfortably and have a good experience. Another negative, like I said, is the multiplayer. I feel like there was a multiplayer experience that could have been made actually like really well done for Warzone Mobile. So you could have done either, you know, play on Verdansk, play, you know, what do you call it, Battle Royale, or you could have a multiplayer experience. I feel like that has potential. Maybe it's something coming down the line. I don't know, but we'll have to see. The visuals, I'll talk about it from my experience. Even though I'm playing like with high performance visuals and that, anyone past like, I don't know, 50 to 80 meters, maybe even 100 meters as well, were very, very hard to see. It felt like you could only do really short to mid range before you needed to use a sniper because you could not see people. Trees often look like people as well. There's not really much with the settings as well I want to talk about, so you can't really improve it with the settings too much. You got like, you can do high, medium, or low. Not really too much to actually be able to, you know, improve the graphics, etc. The settings as well is very confusing. Like, I still haven't really tuned my controller settings because 1 minute you could use the controller, the next minute you can't. So when you're in the game, you can use the controller, but on the menus, you can't use the controller. It's like sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. It's very weird. It's very weird feeling to like go from like using the controller and then not being able to use the controller. Very odd feeling. What else is there? Just, yeah, like the settings in general seem to, I don't know, they're very confusing. It's not a very friendly optimized, like, it's not very optimized for people to be able to just hop on and, you know, choose their settings and then go in and play. I feel like I was confused myself, and that's someone who, you know, who's played Call of Duty for quite a while, who kind of knows the settings and stuff. I was quite confused, so I can't imagine this being a good experience for those who are new to like Call of Duty, and also those new and playing on a mobile, because a lot of people who are going to be playing on mobile are going to be very new to this, and probably some have never ever played Call of Duty before. I feel like most who are, you know, downloading and are playing currently will have played Call of Duty before, but there will be some who, you know, try to experience the game and will have no idea what to do. It's a bit, I'd say the HUD and menus aren't the best, you know, as they could be. But yeah, overall, I'll give it a solid 7 out of 10. It could be better. There's definitely some things to improve on. I definitely think it's worth trying, but at the moment, I feel like as well, lower end or mid-tier phones are going to have issues with performance with the current state of this game. But it is fun, and I do recommend trying it and giving it a shot. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe notifications on. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Goodbye.